Welcome to TransMissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, a character from RID 2001 joins the Legacy toy line. We've got the reveal of a brand new Dinobot, and after years of hints and teases, the new Bendy Prime makes its appearance. Today is Wednesday, March 1st, 2023, and this is episode 527 of TransMissions.
Welcome to TransMissions, the podcast that's looking forward to all the color variants of the new Armada Optimus Prime. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent TransMissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hello! Let's talk Transformers.
Dr. Pants? That sounded very much like that.
Hello!
Oh, we miss him. He'll be back soon. Don't worry.
I know. A tsunami hit his house. Just inside of it, though.
In the middle of Pennsylvania?
It was a tidal wave, and sadly, it wasn't the toy. Tsunami would be a great figure name.
All right, as always, we start off the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to help us out. And this week we're welcoming a brand new Donatreon, Matthew. Matthew, thank you for signing up. We really appreciate your support. And we hope you are enjoying all those episodes of extra content that we're going to talk about in just a second. But if you are not a Donatron and would like to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And that's where you can sign up, just like Matthew. And you can join the party, get access to all the extra content, and be entered in our monthly Toyhax contests automatically. All of which is happening today.
Woohoo!
So speaking of that extra content, we've got several episodes of our bonus show, We Like Big Bots, that's done by Daryl and Dr. Pants, covering the wide array of ginormous Transformers robots in the pantheon of Transformers. There's 10 episodes up there right now. You can go watch them all and enjoy them. More episodes will be coming soon as we can get Dr. Pants back on the mic. And you'll see there's lots of big bots to cover out there. And of course, this week we have the next episode of our Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. Now, last week we had the bonus version, the early version for our Donatrons. This week is the main episode for everyone. So this is in the free feed at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. This is episode 96. The Party Associate Will See You. And we do have confirmation from Mike that this is, in fact, a reference to Portal. And he says the next few episode titles will be references to the video game Portal. So, Jeremy, you are vindicated.
I don't play mini games, but if they're old like that, I've played it a lot. So I feel happy. It was a triumph.
The real question is this enough of an incentive to get Daryl to listen to the episode?
The name of the episode being a reference to a video game that I've never played?
Yep.
No.
I need to talk with Dr. Pants to get both of you to play Portal.
I've got it in my Steam backlog, so I guess I could play it.
They have it for Switch too.
But I already own it. I'm not paying extra money to buy it on Switch. I already have it. Stupid licenses don't transfer across platforms. Anyway, This week, we are also doing our Toyhax $10 monthly gift code drawing. This is for the month of February. We're, as we record this, it's the end of February. As you are seeing this, it's already March 1st. But this is the right time to do a Toyhax drawing. Of course, our friends at Toyhax still have we can still use our code at Toyhax for 15% off your entire order at toyhax.com. And that's, our code TM1234. Take advantage of that code and you get your savings. And that code has been active for a long time. It's going to keep being active for the foreseeable future, I hope. So
unless they have some other promo going on that
yes
is usually better than the code.
Yeah.
And they just announced a really cool sticker set too to finish off their Victory Saber set. So if you wanted to get new stickers for the entirety of Victory Saber, you can do it now. It's all there.
All right. Well, let's do our drawing. So we give away a $10 gift code every month. Our donatrons are automatically entered into this drawing, but you can still enter if you want to. If you're not a donatron, just send us an email to contest@transmissionspodcast.com and just tell us you want to enter next month's contest and give us a picture of a Transformers toy you'd like to get some stickers for. And, we like to see, some fun toys. So you can't enter now for February because we're already doing the drawing right now, but you can enter for March. And so just send us an email or become a donatron. That's an easy way to sign up. All right, so let's do the drawing. Jeremy, is your assistant ready to help us out?
Computer, are you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
All right. Please give us a random number between 1 and 79.
Computer, give me a random number between 1 and 79.
Here's a number between 1 and 79. It's 77. By the way, you can thank the driver of your most recent delivery, and we'll share your appreciation with them. Just say,
Love it.
Thank my driver.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
Thank you, Amazon driver, for your most recent delivery.
It was like a week ago was my most recent delivery.
Number 70.
I hope number 77 is Matthew. That's what I'm hoping for. The brand new Donatreon. That's what I'm hoping.
That would be cool, but sadly, that is not the case.
Oh.
But it is someone Daryl. Number 77 is Jimmers.
Nice.
Jimmers. Nice.
Our old friend Jimmers has won the $10 gift code at Toyhax. Congratulations. DJ Ronan lost again, and he is happy.
That's awesome that Jimmers won. Jimmers has been a Donatreon for a long, long time, and it does a lot of work with the community and makes a lot of cool stuff with his record label. And what are the names of his albums, Jeremy? You've got them all that are right beside you.
Respect the Prime, Constructed Cold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's Respect. Yeah, there's Respect the Prime. I mean, it's been that he involved us in just by giving us a shout out on the liner notes and then on the album cover, which was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's been selling that at TF cons for several years. People have been buying the CDs, the vinyl records. Very cool.
Very cool. Congrats, Jimmers.
Yeah. Now he can get some Toyhax stickers. All right. Well, let's move on and jump into some toys, starting off with quick hits.
Oh, crap. I'm up first and not ready. Up first this week, we are going to talk about Cang Toys and their Predaking figure, but not the one that you thought we were going to talk about, because this one they just came out with is a golden version. That's right, the CT-Chiyou Thunderking is a golden version of their Predaking figure. This thing is shiny. Holy smokes. So the entirety of the Cang Toys Predaking is like 11 figures or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a lot. Yeah. So yeah, there's 8 there, 9. Might be just 9. Okay, so it's still it's 9 figures. They're all gold. It's crazy. This thing is awesome. I don't remember the Golden Lagoon one that well to know whether Predaking was in it. I don't think he was.
No.
Still, this thing looks crazy.
Predaking was season 3 and Golden Lagoon was season 2.
Okay. But this is just, I mean, it looks amazing. The Predaking from Cang Toys is very stylized already. So you've got to be a real fan of their style to really want to go in on this to begin with, but it's quite impressive. The gold on it is quite shiny, and yeah, I mean, this is an instant white glove purchase. I mean, you're never going to touch it with your bare hands because you'll never get the fingerprints off, but it exists, and if you're into gold figures, here's a big one for you.
We can only assume that gold plastic issues are a thing of the past.
Oh, I think this is probably a paint.
Oh, okay. Well, then you have to worry about it flaking off.
Yes,
so
that is a big worry. Yeah.
All right. On the other side of the pricing spectrum, Micromaster has announced the second series of their vehicle play sets that come in a little plastic crate. Of this whole set of vehicles, only 6 of them are Transformers. Others are just generic vehicles. But in this, you have Grindor, Brawl, Ratchet, and there's a clear chase version of Ratchet, Sentinel Prime, Nemesis Prime from the last night, and G1 Jazz, which is, it says it's a redeco of a 2007 Pontiac Solstice. You can see on this picture here, it does look like there's a G1 Jazz back there. So I got one of these last year just to kind of see what it was. It's a Micro Machine, but the playset, I mean, it's a neat gimmick. It you can take the crates apart and kind of connect them all together. So if you're into non-transforming figures and you just kind of want to spend a couple bucks on it, this is something you can check out.
All right. Well, we talked about it last week, how it was just leaked that Studio Series 86 Snarl was coming, and it's here. So Hasbro officially announced it this week, along with Studio Series Core 86 Ironhide. So we also, I mean, it wasn't leaked, but we knew it was coming because we had the Core Ratchet. So, Ratchet and Ironhide are, they're peas in the pod. They always go together. But yeah, so I mean, nice official images of Studio Series 86 Snarl and Ironhide for you. So they will probably be showing up in stores very soon in the next few months. I think the Core Ironhide and Ratchet I'm kind of not interested in. I mean, I'd rather just get their deluxe versions of those guys. But it's here.
They're Voyager.
Oh, Voyager. Okay. They're bigger.
Not know better. Should know better.
I'm not the toy guy, Daryl. That's what you're here for. That's why we keep you around.
Doing a piss poor job of that, but thank you.
But yeah, I mean, Snarl looks good. I'm sure for all the people collecting the Studio Series 86 Dinobots, they're happy to see it continue. Although, it's funny because Snarl is very briefly shown in the 86 movie, but not. I don't think you even really get a full body shot of him. You get like the back of his head at one point, and that's it.
He's definitely not in robot mode. He's in Dino mode, and I think it's twice. So, yeah, but not mentioned, and he's barely there.
Yeah,
But you're not gonna make a team of Dinobots without having Snarl.
Exactly.
yep. But yeah, so there he is, officially announced. So no longer, I mean, the leak seems to beat him again, but you know, I think Hasbro figured, well, we might as well just pull the trigger. So here it is.
Just waiting on Swoop now.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we've got the Dr. Wu DW-E04 Prime Commander. And this is a redeco of their Optimus Prime that they released before. This is a reissue, but this is now coming with an axe and a roller. So we've got pictures of this here. They've done this figure before. They've done it in a bunch of colors. We've got a Nemesis Prime. We've also got Shattered Glass. But this is a G1 painted version. Like I said, with an axe and a roller, so a couple other accessories just to kind of fill it out. There are different versions as well that are being reissued. They got the Nemesis and the Shattered Glass version as well. But yeah, if you're looking for some tiny Dr. Wu figures, Jeremy's giving the thumbs up. He's got a couple. He's got the one. He's got the exact one. Prime. So there you go. And it is mini.
It is so much fun.
Yeah. So you've got one that you're getting a positive review of from Jeremy.
Mine did not come with the
whatever
roller,
that counts for.
So.
But yeah, they look great, and they're. I mean, from what I remember Jeremy saying, and he can comment on it himself, but they are smaller than Legend scale. So
they are much smaller than Legend scale.
Mm-hmm.
They are. Here's an AirPod first generation case. It is about the same size.
Oh, I see.
So,
do you not have a G1 Hound to compare with?
I don't. Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Maybe you should make yourself big window, Jeremy, so we can see it.
Hold on.
He's got to find. We're losing Jeremy, so he can find us something to compare.
Actually, I think I can do that. Can I?
I have a G1 sound.
Nope, that's you.
There we go.
There G1 sound wave.
I have a G1 sound wave.
Oh, that's good enough.
So,
hot damn, that thing is tiny. It's the size of a cassette.
Yeah, so they're tiny, and like my original one came with the trailer. Did not come with a roller
or an axe.
I think I do have the axe. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember, but
okay.
I mean, these Dr. Wu figures they're just a lot of fun.
Great.
So I'm definitely in for the Nemesis version.
Of course. Cool.
All right. So we talked about the leak of this last week. We have some first images of the Legacy. I guess this is Legacy Evolution tow line. This is a retool of the deluxe scrap hook, and this is a character from the RID 2001 series. Was one of the comic relief characters, and I think they nailed this with the colors. It was a hideous green, and this is a hideous green. I think they did a really good job with this. Although I was seeing on, I don't know if it was Twitter, or I think it might have been Discord today, someone put some eyes on it and kind of made one of these look like, or one of the tow lines look, or the scrap hooks look like Mater. And I'm like, there's your next crossover. Do a Cars crossover.
It was on Discord too.
Yeah.
It was in
so it's a good looking retool. I think that it's great that RID 2001 is getting some love. So can't wait to see the official pictures and see this on store shelves.
When I first saw this when I first saw this week, I thought it was like a digibash.
Mhm.
That okay, so they saw that there was Toyline in the list, and somebody just digibashed it up, and I thought, oh, it looks kind of good, not knowing that it was actually the thing. They had actually made it, so yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, last thing in quick hits, we've got another version of G1 Grimlock, Dinobot leader. This is from Newage Toys. So they already have a legend scaled G1 Grimlock that they've put out, and this is a variant of this. This is H44Z Ymir, and it's battle damage Grimlock. So it's weathered. I think it looks better than the War for Cybertron battle damage, but it does look he looks very kind of rusty and worn. But he comes with all the accessories, comes with multiple hands, comes with a Energon sword and a gun. And it's a cool little Grimlock. I mean, it's very G1-esque, so does look very much like the original animation model, and very articulated, so looks cool. I mean, I mean, I was never a fan of the like battle damage for the War for Cybertron figures, but this looks pretty interesting. I mean, it looks I still would prefer just the clean regular Grimlock, but I like this way how they've done it here, where I mean, and this kind of makes it's very much a variant, because this is not something you can kind of scrub off. It's very much a kind of integral redeco of the figure. But yeah, if you're looking for a legend scale Grimlock and you want them to be a little dirty, dusty, there it is. All right, well, that's all our quick hits. So let's move on to our main discussion topics.
Okay, and our first discussion topic this week is going to be Shattered Glass Grimlock and the Evolution Core Class Swoop and Scarr. So these are newly revealed pictures that we have. I mean, we've got a leader class. This is the first reuse of that leader class Grimlock that we got a couple of years ago now, and it looks pretty good. Kind of looks like Trypticon, but the color palette is very Trypticon-esque. But yeah, I mean, he's the Grimlock mold, so you're gonna get all that goodness that came with Grimlock in that Shattered Glass box. No comic, so there's no comic to back in with it. But yeah, should we assume they're gonna do the whole team? I guess so. That's a big figure to do all 5 of them in Shattered Glass, though, eh?
Well, I mean, they're finishing up Studio Series, so they'll have these molds fresh.
Yep. But the other 2 are the ones that I was hoping to talk a little bit more about, are these core class Dinobots, and the individuals are kind of ugly as sin, but the combination mode, this Volcanicus that they've been producing, I know that there were pictures supplied by, I think it was Evan. I think Evan put them up on his Instagram. Yeah.
Yep.
And they show the figure, the Volcanicus combined fully using 2 of the same legs. I don't have there it is. Yeah, so I don't have the name of the leg, which one of them was the leg, but there he is. So that's fully combined Volcanicus, and it looks all right, I guess, with having 6 core class figures combined. this is kind of what I was looking forward to seeing, because this is what they're going to do with Dino King. So, we all know we're getting a Dino King. The people at Hasbro have basically said yes, it's coming. So here, this is just like a pre-tool. I fully assume that we're getting a Dino King set. They were not going to release them all in one as individuals again. So I was hoping to get a good look at this combination mold, and hopefully it looked good. Honestly, I don't think it does, but for what it is, being a 6 core class figures combined, I think they do a pretty good job. So what do you guys think? We've got Scarr and Swoop, and then a combined image of Dino King, and then we've got this shattered glass leader sized Grimlock, which I make no secret of it. I'm not a big fan of shattered glass, but it's a thing. It exists, and you can buy it now. So what do you guys think, Jeremy?
Well, let's get the core class ones out of the way. They don't. They're core class. They're fine. This is not going to be for your masterpiece type of collector. This is for the kids to get them in to the brand. And what's better than combining dinosaurs?
Exactly.
I do think it's neat. He put here. Get back to that picture. The concept art for Scarr, basing him on his. I think this is his only comic appearance where he was introduced in.
Yep.
I can't remember which.
This was Monstrosity. Transformers. Okay. Monstrosity, the second of the first digital books that was released.
Right. So Libio obviously designed or helped design them, because that's his art we see there, and at least the comic art. But the alt mode there with just the hand coming out of the butt, that's just I can't not see that.
It's a bit of a poopy.
Yeah.
It's got a dino poopy.
But they're fine. So, the combined mode, it'll look okay. And like you said, we know we're getting the Dino King. So, looking forward to seeing that. Now, on the shattered glass side, let me get back to the Grimlock here. I think the colors really work for Grimlock. I don't know, just the purples and the darker gray and orange. I think it all works really well together. So I'm not a huge fan of shattered glass either, but this thing looks great. And I'm all for them, trying to get more use out of this and getting the shattered glass thing, continuing that. It is too bad that we don't have any media to go along with it now, but it'll be fun if they can do more of the Dinobots. But I'm happy with my original version of this mold, but it does look really good.
Right on. Charles, let's start with you, and let's start with Grimlock here while it's on the screen.
Yeah, it's a meh for me, dog. I mean, it's
okay, dog.
I like you. I'm not a fan of the shattered glass stuff, and the fact that there's no media and there's no kind of additional reason for me to care about this figure. It's kind of, I can safely ignore it. I mean, I was not collecting the regular Studio Series 86 Dinobots, so I'm definitely not going to be getting the shattered glass versions. And I kind of wonder if there's a market for like all the shattered glass Dinobots. Like, I think people prefer, I mean, I don't know, maybe there are enough people out there who will get these, but feels like it's superfluous if you have the regular 86 Dinobots. Why would you get these if you're going to make all 5 of them? But I mean, the color scheme's okay. It's fine. I mean, I'm just kind of tired of the swap the color scheme and they're evil or they're good or whatever. It's but it is what it is. It's not for me. It's fine. It's not for me.
Cool.
The core class figures, I think they're cute. I mean, I think I'm a fan of I'm a fan of the smaller size figures. We've talked about the legend scale third party figures. We've all been happy for. I like these. I like. I mean, I know there are a lot of compromises you have to make for these figures to get them in at the price point that Hasbro does. I mean, you can't do super articulated legend scale figures for under $15 like these figures are. But I think for what they are, they're cool. I mean, you can have a cute little Dinobot set, and it combines. And yeah, I think I will. I mean, I probably am not picking these up. I will wait for Dino King if I do decide to get this mold. I think I would rather get the Dino King version just because that's more unique. Or I mean, maybe even Pretender Monsters if they actually decide to do that. I mean, we'll see. But I'm curious to see how the Dino King's going to come out. When they eventually release that. But this gives us a good idea of what it's going to look like. So it's cool.
Right on. Jeremy, what do you got?
All right. Well, we teased this in the intro, but there are now leaked pictures of the Armada Optimus Prime for the Legacy Evolution line. First pictures we have here are, not the best. They're sorry that, but we do have some pictures here of the different pieces. You have the cab, the trailer, but then in the days since this came out, we've gotten many, many more pictures, a lot better pictures. So I'm going to go through some of these here. Here you can see the small Optimus Prime, Bendy Prime mode, and he has a removable matrix. It shows here with a sword. From what I can tell, the arm cannons look like they are not removable. They are just a part of the mold, which I think is a great thing because that's the first thing you lost with the original ones. Here we have the super mode where he combines with the trailer. And I mean, that looks really good too. Really beefy looking guns, but also very posable in super mode. And then here you see him not wearing the super mode pants, but he's next to the Legacy Armada Starscream for size comparison. I think this thing just looks fantastic. And I'm hoping that the bendy mode is as posable as it looks, because that's all I want. I don't care about the super mode at all. I just want the Bendy Prime. So here's a picture of it in the alt mode. And then we have here I think these are original Armada minicons. They're next to it, but I believe I've seen on here, he has minicon ports. You can see here on the back piece here, there's a minicon attached to his leg. So that is great. We didn't see that with the Armada Starscream that was released. So he has compatible minicon ports on him. And there's the base mode for the trailer. So I'm excited for this, even though I'm not the biggest Armada fan. I love the Bendy Prime mold, and it looks like this really does that original figure justice in upgrading it to modern engineering. And I think whether you're a fan of just the cab or the combined super mode, you're going to be happy with this. So Daryl, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, for one, whoever got this thing in hand early, they leaked the hell out of this thing.
Yeah. I mean, and this is not your low quality pictures that we normally get, or
No.
crappy. I mean, you can see everything you need to see about.
They knew what they were doing with this thing. They were fiddling around with this thing quite a lot.
You're
Um,
the bad pictures with white backgrounds. Come on.
yeah. The so I have a fully complete original Armada super mode, like super duper mode, I guess. I don't know what do you want to call him. The one that's combined with the Jetfire and the Overload. So he's got everything. But I think this thing looks really good as an updated version of that, because the pants for that original version were literally just a brick you stuck the Optimus on and were molded as legs. They didn't move.
Wasn't it the auto transforming gimmick?
It had an auto transforming gimmick that really didn't work that well after a period of time. Like, some of them still work. Like, there's videos online of them working, but I've never seen one work in person. So, yeah. So I mean, it'd be nice to if it had that, but nothing. They don't do that anymore. So this thing looks fantastic. It's an instant buy for me, just based on the fact that it's just a giant Optimus Prime, and I love it. And it combines within itself. So I like the idea that you don't need to have an overload, so it comes with those huge back cannons. They're kind of worked in there. I don't know where they're worked in, but they're there.
I think they were separate pieces.
Okay.
Let's see what this shows. It wasn't on the set of pictures, but
it wasn't. But it's they are there. You could see them. They did get shown in the one of the pictures there. I think it was near the top.
But yeah,
there you go.
Right there.
Yeah. So I don't know where those things are coming from in the super mode. But they're huge.
Maybe they store in the trailer, or they're part of the trailer.
Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're the original cannons from the original. If they are, then that's cool, because I've got those as well. But it's not. But either way, they look great on there. But yeah, this thing looks awesome. I'm totally buying it. I would love to see them, because this is a commander class for sure. I would love to see them do more giant super mode Optimus Primes in commander class. Just because they're giant, they're huge, and I love them. They're awesome. Big Optimus Primes are the best.
Would you say it's a big bot?
Definitely a big bot.
Have y'all done this?
We have not done this one. Nope. I don't know if you do a Optimus Prime, if you can do Optimus by himself, or if you have to do, because there's so many Optimus Primes.
You could do all the ones that combine.
We did God Jinrai already, so he's his own. But yeah, we'd have to do.
There's another line that has a combining Optimus Prime.
There's another one.
RD 2001.
Yep.
So, Charles, what do you think of this? Were you big on the Armada tour line?
I was not. I was kind of out of Transformers toy collecting at that point. Like I was kind of turned. I was when Armada started. I mean, what was it, 2002? I think so.
2000, yeah, 2002, 2003.
Yeah. So I was. I was not really collecting toys at the time, but I was excited to see like a new cartoon series on TV. I was collecting the comics. Dreamwave comics were big, so I was buying the Armada comics, and I wanted to see it. Like I thought I was a little bit skeptical of the Transformer. Like at the time, it was Transformers Pokemon. It was like you're taking Pokemon and you're putting it in Transformers. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see what's happening, and then I was really turned off by the show because the minicons they did not talk. They only like did beeps and boops. And I was really like, come on, the minicons got it. Like this. I mean, this is my same complaint for 2007 movie with Bumblebee. Like you got the Transformers got to talk. You can't have them be.
Maybe it was the success of Armada that led us to the beeping Bumblebee.
Yeah. Well, Maybe, but so that turned me off, and I was, since I was not watching the show, I was not buying any of the toys. I did read the comic. I was enjoying the comic because in the comic the minicons were characters, and there was a whole like the minicons being caught in the middle of the Autobot Decepticon war was kind of a core central theme of the comic, written by Simon Furman, by the way. So that was that was fun. But anyway, my point is I did not really get into Armada. I never had a Bendy Prime, so I never really messed with a Bendy Prime. So I guess I'm curious. I mean, if you guys think that it makes sense to would it be better to hunt down an original Bendy Prime, or actually do you think this will be a worthy successor of your?
It's always good to hunt
that
down a
mold?
Bendy Prime. There's so many of them.
Yeah. It seems like it's a
You
figure
should have
that's
one.
Yeah.
You should have an original Bendy Prime.
okay.
I don't think this one is going to be as bendy, though.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing that's kind of turning me off with this figure is that, I mean, I appreciate that they're doing the whole thing. It's a commander class, so they're using the higher price point to get all the gimmicks in, to get the trailer in. But you're still not including a minicon. You're not including Sparkplug with this figure. I mean, why are you? I mean, I mean, if it's just a like a a budgeting constraint and plastic price point, I understand. But I mean, that was the core conceit of Armada, was the minicon. So if you're gonna dip into that line, you either need to have the minicons offered separately if you really are, if you can't include them for budget reasons with the main figures, put them out as generation selects or something where you can get minicon sets that go with these toys. But I think you're really missing something if you're putting out these Armada figures without the minicons. Like we've also got Armada Megatron coming in the future, and I imagine that's not going to have its minicon either. So
yeah, I feel like I can see where they wouldn't be able to slip an actual minicon into the budget or into the molding, but them making compatible minicon ports on there, or the little pegs, I think that's a good compromise where you can use the old ones, and then if this sells well, I imagine they will, put out either re-release or, come up with some new ones, new small mini bots.
That picture you're on right now shows that the arm cannons come off.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully this is a much better connector here than the little tiny peg that they're on the original one. So I don't know. I have more faith in modern engineering. So I think this thing it looks fantastic. So hopefully we also do get some of the repaints, because this was remade into a white one for Ultimate Magnus. You got a Nemesis version. I think there's a couple others. I think there's a brown one. I can't remember. But there's.
Don't you have them all?
I don't have them all. I think I'm missing that one.
Okay.
So anyway,
not many commander class figures get repainted.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying immediately, but down the line.
Jetfire got repainted into shattered glass, and we've got a Motormaster coming in G2.
Yeah.
Unconfirmed, but it's coming,
With the popularity of the Nemesis molds on other Optimus Primes, I mean, we'll eventually get one.
Maybe just the cab.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, then that would be perfectly fine for me. That's all I want. I could care less about the trailer. But that is all I had here.
Okay, well, that's all our toy topics. So let's move on to our trips to the store.
Whoops. Sorry, wrong button.
The Transmissions podcast will return after these messages.
Okay, and Trips to the Store is, of course, powered by our friends at TeePublic. So you can check out our TeePublic's merch store at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. And you can buy shirts, cool shirts, other merchandise with Transmissions themed logos on them. Like I've got my Soundwave shirt on, or Tape Man, I should say.
Me
Not
too.
Soundwave.
I
We're all tape men.
not me.
Fair enough.
Wearing a basketball shirt.
Jeremy didn't get the memo. But yeah, you can check out anything at our shop at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. Of course, if you buy anything from TeePublic through that link, that still helps out the show. So you don't have to buy our stuff. You can buy anything. And TeePublic, from TeePublic, and there's lots of cool different theme stuff at TeePublic. So make sure to use our link for all your TeePublic shirt needs. And definitely wait for sales. There are sales running pretty frequently and regularly at teepublic.com. So just wait for those 35% off sales to get your merchandise there. And so check them out. So let's talk about what we got this week. I'm going to start off first. I forgot to show this off last week because I did get a special Valentine's present from my wife last week, and I think TFG1 Mike is gonna TFG1 Mike is gonna be really happy about this because it is a Funko Pop.
Nice.
Optimus Prime Funko Pop. So he does not have the dead eyes. He has the optics sensors that Transformers have. So I appreciate this better than the humanoid Funko Pops. And my wife told me not to open it. She said, this is it's a fun. You're not supposed to play with it. It's a Funko Pop. You're supposed to just put it on the shelf and look at it because it's a collector's item. But I did appreciate this. This was she was a very thoughtful gift that she gave me for Valentine's Day. So thank you. And TFG1 Mike, I got one Funko Pop. It's probably all I'm getting. This is not starting a trend, but there it is. So that's what I got. All right, Jeremy, what'd you get?
Nothing new. I'm continuing to unpack some old stuff that I haven't seen in years. So I have reached the era of my Transformer Prime toys. So I've picked out a couple. First one here. This is Starscream.
One of the best.
I can't remember. Is this first edition?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of his missile things is missing. It probably still in the bag, but
so was one of mine. I'll take one of yours. I'll take yours.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It won't be looking good.
I remember the transformation for this was all. It was a little complicated, but he looks great in both robot and jet mode. The next one is one of my favorites from the series, or from the line, is Wheeljack. Just remember, I think I got this around the time I also got my Masterpiece Wheeljack, and they're both great. But with the swords and the face, the colors, everything on this one just looks fantastic. This is one of my favorite Prime toys. So, yeah, I'm excited to have found it, and I'm going to start making room for Prime toys on my shelves.
Gotta get rid of those books. Got a lot of books on those shelves behind you.
All of these are Transformer related. Those are DC.
They're still books.
Yeah.
Get them out of there. Oh, it's my turn. Okay. Well, I got new things.
That's what you're here for.
And I was about to have nothing, and then I went to Walmart this I think it was yesterday. Yeah. And found a couple of these things here that I will likely keep sealed because it's the third time I've owned this thing. Yeah. So each one of them, both of them are the same. I have owned them 3 times. This is the G1 reissue of Hot Rod, but the 86 movie version. So this is the pink Hot Rod that everyone's talking about. Yeah, he's great art on the front of this box, really. Fantastic art on the front of these boxes.
That's Marcelo Mater, isn't it?
Likely.
That is, yeah.
It'd be nice if we had some credits on there.
Never. It'll never happen. So there's the picture of them on the back of the box. So this is supposed to be animation colors from the 86 movie. So you've got a little bit more of a pink hue on Hot Rod here. There's no chrome, so it's all just kind of animation colors. So yeah, he looks pretty good. But yeah, I'm keeping him like this. I have the reissue that they came with before. He's in his box still, and then I have the original one that I have, and he's up on a shelf there. And then the other one I got, Starscream, same reissue, the 86 movie reissue with another great piece of artwork on the front. And this one I think they did the paint job even better if you look at the box, the back. So they've got the lines on the canopy, and then they've painted his eyes, which I think is just fantastic. No more of those stupid G1 Seeker stickers for the eyes. If you ever had to do those, they were a nightmare. They were a literal nightmare to have to do. But again, the colors on these are a lot more muted for the animation coloring scheme. So yeah, this thing looks great, and I'm very happy to have it. So there you go.
That box art is also Marcelo Mater as well.
I believe so. We have found we recently talked about it, that this line is continuing. They're doing a G1 Hound as the next figure in the line. I don't know if we saw if there's a fourth figure coming or not, but I know that the next one is Hound. So yeah, it's cool.
You can compare it to your original G1 Hound for scale.
If I decide to open it, yes. Yeah, but it's cool. I mean, these are neat to have. Yeah, so
just having the box art, even if it's like behind your existing ones.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So yeah, I don't have one of the most recent Starscream reissues, but I also already have a G1 box Starscream, and then I've got an open Starscream. So I've got enough Starscreams right now to do me. So anyway, that's what I got this week, and pretty happy with those.
Cool. And that'll do it for this week's trips to the store. So let's finish up the show with some convention news.
We now return to the TransMissions podcast.
All right. Just one thing in convention news here this week. TF Nation has announced that Andy Cousins, who was a product manager and designer on Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Action Man, is going to be attending TF Nation 2023 in August. And this is cool. I'm not familiar with his work directly, but he worked in the late 80s through the 90s on all of those three lines. And I think it's just great to get new stories out there. You know, we haven't seen much from him. So, you know, we've seen people like Aaron Archer at many conventions. So it'll just be nice getting more stories from a different period, especially that late G1 period. So looking forward to seeing what comes out of this panel.
Mm-hmm. From his panel last year, some very, very interesting stuff that he did that we never got over here in North America. So he's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah. So yeah, I missed that he was there last year. So, but good to see TF Nation's reaching out and getting some of those people that we wouldn't really see in North America.
Okay, well, that takes us to the end of this episode of TransMissions. As always, we give a shout out to our masterpiece donatrons at the end of every episode. These are the folks who continue to support us at our highest level on Patreon. We really appreciate their support, and that's why we mention them in every episode. So thank you once again to John 4x11 Good and Demon Tech 82. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate your support. And that'll do it for this week. Remind you again, we've got our Toyhax code. So if you want 15% off your order at Toyhax, just go to TM1234 or use the code TM1234. Go to toyhax.com. When you check out, use the code TM1234. And cannot be combined with other promotional codes. But if you have another promotional code, it's probably better. But if you don't, use this one. It's 15% off everything. So that's pretty good. It's a pretty good deal. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching and listening to this episode of Transmissions. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
And we'll see.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool Transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our Transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.